Hello, everybody. Hi Sue. Hi Chris. Hi Suzanne. Hi everyone. Welcome to our weekly area team training. And Sue, I'd love to hear how your store went. Did you want to share with us how it all went this weekend? Let me give you a bit of music as an intro while you're muting. District Manager to be Sue Ellis.
Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely rubbish.
Oh.
It was really bad. Really bad. I missed Concord and I missed Sammy Joe's birthday for it, and it was a bit of a disaster. But I did manage to connect with some of the other stallholders, which was a positive. So that was really good. And gave out a few freebies with Digestion Plus with some people who had a bit of a IBS thing going on. Aside from that, it was really sort of like.
Suzanne's just put in the chat, the fact that you did it is positive.
Exactly. I put myself out there. Foundation, that's what it is.
Exactly. I bet you've learned something from it. And if not, you've got an amazing story for when you go nation.
Definitely. No, all good. Just, was quiet. I could have been elsewhere, but I chose to do that, and that was my choice.
Do you know what I was saying? I think I was saying to Suzanne this week, I was like, oh, Sue's made me laugh so much this week. I said so, and I said the story with everybody. So we've got a district activity WhatsApp group, all the people build into district. And on the WhatsApp, Suzanne, I'm not going to be able to come to leadership. I'm not going to be able to get a ticket for Leadership Academy because my daughter, Sammy Jo Lewis, is having her baby around that time. And I'm really sorry, but I'd rather be there than at leadership, like lol, and like made a joke out of it. And we were like, yeah, laughing out loud, like I can understand that. And then about an hour or two later, Sammy Jo Lewis came onto the WhatsApp and said, Mum, what are you talking about? I've got my ticket for Leadership Academy, so that's where I'm going to be. And then Sue came back on and she was like, oh, right, okay, well, I'll get a ticket there because if you're going to have the baby that day, I do want to be with you. And at least I'll be with you at Leadership Academy. I was dying. It was so funny.
Yeah, no, well, wherever she is, I think for the next few weeks, I'll be close behind. So that's how it goes.
Oh, yeah, funny story for the week. That was funny.
Yeah. All good. How was Conkers?
Right, yes, Conkers, everybody. So once a year in the summer, we have a team fun day. So in the summertime, we have a team fun day. And then 6 months later, it's Christmas time, we've got a Christmas party. So every 6 months, there's always something big going on that we can all get involved with, like a bit of a social. Conkers was amazing. And I can see Suzanne's on. Did you want to share anything about your experience of Conkers, Suzanne, while you're on?
She's carrying something really heavy.
Sorry, I was just carrying my ironing up the stairs. You know, us oldies do ironing, whereas youngsters don't. Hang on. Conkers yesterday. Oh, see, I'm now trying to fix it to be in a heap. No, Conkers yesterday was absolutely brilliant. It was great to all get together with all the national and regional vice presidents and everybody else. I see Sarah's on. I was a bit gutted because there was the high ropes, and I did get all the gear on, but yeah, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't step off, and I was just in awe of everybody, Danny, Sarah, Stacey, everybody that did it, because it was incredible. But the rest of the day was just fantastic to all get together, to work as a team, to do activities, to talk to people, to just get that energy as well. Really brilliant. Would definitely go again.
Suzanne, I'm with you on the high road. I'm scared of height, and also a few years ago we went on a new high road thing opening up in Welwyn Garden City, and there was the most awful accident while we were there. So I would have been with you. I'd have been standing down on the ground watching everybody else do it, because it's not for everybody, and it is a scary thing.
I think it's also like an age thing, because I think when I was younger it wouldn't have bothered me so much, but as I've got older, these things do. And there was a low ropes, and I wanted to do the low ropes with the kiddies, but they didn't seem to want to let me. And there was one little lad on there with his dad, and he was going over, and he was like, Dad, I can't do it, you know. And yeah, so it isn't for everybody. I got up to the top, but you know, I'm not going to punish myself over it.
No, don't. It's yeah. I if it had been, I looked at the photos and I saw that it was just a single line as well. That would have just really put me off completely. I could have gone on that.
And Sarah's on as well. Sarah, do you want to share how you found the Team Fun Day yesterday at Conkers?
Oh, as a newbie, it was really good because obviously I didn't know many people, but once I'd got there and sort of everybody just was really welcoming, and it was a really, really good day out. It was great to sort of spend time with Nikki and Fiona and yourself and Stacey and everybody else. And also with Hayley and Maisie, who sort of, and Stacey as well. They travelled really long distances to sort of come and join us. But no, it was really good fun. I am aching today. I don't know about anybody else. My arms are actually me.
I'm fine. I think it must have been the high ropes because mine are fine.
I didn't know whether it was either the high ropes of actually hanging on for dear life or whether it was the canoeing where it was sort of so intense, Chuck being competitive.
Yeah, that did get a bit competitive.
It did, didn't it?
And Stacey's on as well. Stacey, how did you find Conkers Team Fun Day yesterday?
Yeah, it was. I'd faced a lot of fears, put it that way. I don't know if I'd want to do the high ropes again after all those emotions. But it was nice to face that fear, and in general, it was great team bonding. I got to know some people that I didn't know before. Sophia absolutely loved it, so we had like mum and daughter time, and she loved it. What did you think of it, Fee? Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, it was incredible. And I definitely, even though it took a while to get there, I didn't take any sort of enjoyment from it at all because I gained so much from it. The energy by being around a brand new national vice president is just priceless. You know, the energy around you, Danny, who's national vice president in qualification, is just phenomenal. Like being around Nikki Marchant, a new RVP, being around there, I just felt like I got so much energy from it, and I was just like, whoa, bring it on! So even though
Stacey, we're all national vice presidents in qualification.
we are. And it was great. Like I said, I found the high ropes really hard. And even now, sitting here thinking back, I just can't believe I even done it or how I even got through it. But what I learned from it is no matter how hard it is, the more you keep at it, the easier it gets and the quicker you go. So that's what I learned from my facing my fears on high ropes is, yes, the first two obstacles were really, really tough, and to the point where I was crying and hugging the trees in between. And, you know, and that's okay. I don't care about that. You know, I think it's good to admit your weaknesses and it's good to show that you faced your fears. But as I went round, don't get me wrong, I was like, I need to call the guy to come and get me now. And I was this close. I was like, no, I've got to do it. My daughter's just like, she's at the end before even. And then I had lovely Emma going, you can do it, Emma Dickinson, you can do it, go on, girl. I had everyone cheering me. And do you know what? When you've got that support, and people that are maybe not that scared about it, but they see that you are, that support is phenomenal. So it got me round the course. And yes, once I've got to my first zip line, I did it, got round, and it was great. Barefoot walk was amazing. Loved the whole team building the den and the fire. I just loved it. I just absolutely loved it. So thank you.
Fabulous. Great. So I've just been sharing some pictures there while we've all been chatting about that. So yeah, next year we'll be doing a Team Fun Day at Conkers again. So make sure that you're with us next year. And then we've obviously got the Christmas party coming up as well. So I'm going to do a training tonight, and I'm going to talk about how to help your new consultant get started. And I'm going to give you all the information that you need for when you sponsor a new consultant, or if you're new yourself, this might help benefit you. And please, at any point throughout this, feel free to unmute your microphone and add any top tips, ask any questions. If anyone wants to say anything, then please do. So I'm just going to share my screen because I've made a little presentation with a few key bullet points here. Okay, so getting your new business builder started. Okay, so when you sponsor somebody, so from the moment you sponsor someone, so let's say you sponsor somebody tomorrow, the first thing you want to do once your new business builder has joined your team, has signed up on the website and joined the business, the first thing you need to do is send them a welcome to the team message. And you can find that welcome to the team message in the Do More, Be More, Have More consultants only group, which I believe that everybody here is in. If anybody here is not in that group, let your sponsor know and they'll add you into it, or let me know and I can add you into it. So you'll find that in the group, in the Do More, Be More, Have More group. And if you go into photos and then albums, and then it's under the welcome to the team one, and all the writing is there that you need. You can edit that text if you want as well. That's just the text that I use, but feel free to edit that. So for me, I'd put a huge welcome to the team. These are the getting started videos, and it's got the 3 videos that they need to watch, and it includes the link for the Google Drive where they're going to find their checklist of getting started. So for me, although this is in the Do More, Be More, Have More group, in the photo albums, I actually save this on notes in my phone. So as soon as I sponsor a new consultant, I go into the notes on my phone, copy and paste it over to them by text message or email or whatever their preference is. So I do recommend that everybody has in their notes their version of this, whether you edit it or use the same. You can use completely my videos. You're absolutely welcome to use my videos. Or what some people do is they record their own, which again, you can do that if you want to. So you can watch mine and then you can record your own version of welcome to the team, love Sarah, or welcome to the team, love Laura, whatever you want to do. And then use what I've done as the getting started. Laura Green there we go. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do, and then add them into the team page as well. So add them into the team page, which is on the checklist, so I won't skip ahead too much. Oh yeah, this is where you find the checklist. So going back to that welcome to the team message, it includes the link to the Google Drive. The Google Drive is a website that's got all of the documents in. So when you click on that link, it will open up the Google Drive, and on the Google Drive, from that link, you've got 2 checklists. Now, these checklists are exactly the same, but one is written out for you and the other one is written out for your new consultant. So every time you sponsor a new consultant, you need to print off the sponsor's checklist and then just write your new consultant's name at the top. So you need to print this off every single time so that you know what your new consultant has gone through on their checklist. You can tick off what they've ticked off. And then you need to say to your new consultant, can you print off the welcome to the team checklist, the new consultant quick start checklist, or you can print it off for them if you want. It really doesn't matter. So that is where you find the checklist, and it's a 5-step checklist, and we're going to go through that. So there it is. So we're going to work through it. So step number 1, help them join and go through the website. So hopefully you've done that because they've joined, and then you want to show them around the website. So I'm just going to show you what I would show somebody on the website. So I wouldn't show them everything because you're going to overwhelm them. I would basically say, right, once you've logged in, you need to see me, profile, and you need to add a photograph of yourself, because when people come to your website, so this is what you're saying to your new consultant, when people go onto your website, they need to see your website and a photograph of yourself, so they know that they're on the right website, they know it's you. And they need to write a story about themselves as well. So my story in there, and then they can view it by here, preview your profile. So they can preview what it is. So there's a photo of me, and then I've written a little bit about myself just there. So tell them when they've got time to go into me and profile, add a photo and write a little bit about themselves. Then I would also show them my resources and the source, and show them that going onto the source daily is a fantastic way to build their knowledge, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. I say to people, it's a bit like Google for Arbonne. It's got everything in here. So it's got information on the business, the products, events, everything. You can search and ask questions. You can listen to recordings and trainings. It's got news and updates. So I always say to my new consultants, try and go into the source every day. You can go through on your laptop, or you can download an app onto your phone. And if I was sat with them in person, I'd probably help them download the app as well. So that's probably all I would show them on the website. I'd keep that quite straightforward. If there's anything else that you think is important, you can obviously show them that as well. So when you've done that, tick on your list, and then they can tick it on their list. The next thing is ask them if they've got WhatsApp, and ask them if they're happy to be added into one WhatsApp group. Now, I know that lots of people are probably in more than one Arbonne WhatsApp group, but I would really urge you to only add your new business builder into one WhatsApp group to start with, because it can be so overwhelming. So say to them, I'm only going to add you into one WhatsApp group for now, and then as time goes on, what I'll do is I'll ask you if you want to be added into the Vegas WhatsApp group, where we go to Vegas once a year, and I'll ask you if you're happy to be added into the Glasgow, going to the annual conference in the UK WhatsApp group, or when you hit the first level of promotion, we've got a district activity WhatsApp group. I'll add you into that when the time is right. So that's what I say to my new consultants. So I say, for now, if you're happy to be, would it be okay to add you into one WhatsApp group? And for me, I add my new consultants into the 24/7 support group if they're happy to be. And I say to them, turn your notifications off. If I'm with them, I'll show them how to do that. And I'll say to them, you will not have time to read every single thing that goes on in that WhatsApp group, but it's there as a fantastic source for support. Because if you need to know something, you can ask on that WhatsApp. And equally, people will be asking questions that you might not think of asking, and that's going to be on there as well. So it's a fantastic way to gather information. So I always say to them, you can't read it all, so please don't be overwhelmed, but it's a really, really, really good group to be involved with. And obviously, if they say no, then that's fine as well. But that's kind of the conversation I would have with them, and then I would tick that off. The next thing I'd do, add them into one consultant only group if they're happy to be. I would add them into the Do More page. So at this moment in time, they're only in the Hello Future page, where they've taken a look, had a look at what the culture's like, which you can see above here in pre-start, before they start their business. So at this point, they're a new business builder. I'll let them know we've got like a staff room, if you like, a consultant only group. Can I add you in? They always say yes, and I add them into the Do More page. And again, you might be in more than one Arbonne Facebook group, and that's absolutely fine, but I would urge everybody to only add their newbies into one group to start with, and then as they grow and find their feet, you can say to them, oh, did you know there's another Facebook group for this, there's another Facebook group for XYZ, or whatever it is, and then talk them through it. Don't add them into everything at once, because it'd be too overwhelming. Then I'll say to them, okay, so I'm going to ask you 4 questions about how you want to build your business, because people that I sponsor, they want different things from their business. So is the Mercedes something that's appealing for you? Is it building your business so you can earn the trips? Is it that you just want to have more fun? Is it that you want to do more charity work? Is it that you just want to have a social side with the business? And I'll sit with them and I'll ask them what it is they want, because if you're going to sponsor somebody, so let's say that Sarah said to me recently when we were chatting about getting her started, she was like, I just want to be involved with, a fun group of people. It'd be lovely to earn an extra income. I just want to take it slow. And we had that conversation, and that was fine, because now I know what Sarah wants out of the business. I can guide and coach her accordingly. But if Sarah had said to me, Danny, I need to be a national vice president in 3 months because of XYZ, I'd be like, right, well, we've got to get going then. We've got to do boom, 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 boom. So I would coach somebody differently depending on what they wanted out of their business. So you have to know what somebody wants. Otherwise, you're not going to be talking their language. So ask them what they want. Ask them how fast they want to build their business. Get to know what it is that appeals to them, because everybody you sponsor will have different reasons of what they want. And then I would send them that welcome to the team message. And that is the end of step 1. So hopefully you can tick off everything on step 1. There's only 5 steps in this. This would be showing them around the website, which we've just done. Okay, so then the second time I'd meet up with them, we'd say, right, okay, let's crack on then with the step 2. So I would say to them, let's start your active candidate list. So I'd say to them, basically, what we like to do, and again, this is your choice. You can say no to this. That's absolutely fine, because I'm not your boss. You're your own boss. I'm only here to guide you and coach you. But what most people do is this, and you can tell me if this appeals to you or not. What most people do is they launch their business. So if you were to open up a garden centre or a childminders or a nursery or some sort of business, you would probably have an opening day, some sort of launch. And the people that you would invite might not necessarily benefit from your business. You might open up a nursery that looks after children, you would still invite to the opening day your friends and family to come and have a look. Even if they don't have children, they're not going to benefit from the nursery. You would still invite them to your opening day, your launch, if you like. So what most people do is they launch their business. They have some online launches because we're an online business, and they have some in-person launches, and we can tailor them. We can do like a makeup and mojitos night. We can do a skincare evening. We can do a healthy happy hour with the nutrition. We can do a business presentation. We can tailor them for your guests. And what people do is they invite everybody they know to one of their launches, and we and your sponsor, me as your sponsor, will go through what your business entails. So that is a business launch, and we'll get some ribbon and we'll cut the ribbon and we'll get some wine and nibbles, and it'll be really exciting, and we'll take loads of photos. It's going to be lots of fun. And I'll say to them, how do you feel about that? And some people will say they absolutely don't want launching, and that's fine. We have to respect that. But most people go, yeah, I definitely want to have an opening night. I definitely want to launch my business. I want to cut the ribbon. You know, it's going to be really fun. I'm going to invite my gran, my mum, my sister. I don't think they'll buy any products, but I think they're going to really enjoy learning about what I'm doing. And that's great, because people that come to your new consultants launch are there to understand what's going on. And they're then going to leave the launch, and they're probably going to tell 10 other people, oh, did you know that Heather's got this business and she's got this amazing mascara and this incredible protein shake, and it's all gluten free and it's all vegan. They're gonna for free advertise you. So having a launch is a great way to have your friends and family come along, so that they can then leave and give you free advertising, which everybody does anyway for their friends and family. If your friend opened up a coffee shop, if you didn't drink coffee, you'd probably still go to their coffee shop opening and tell them how amazing it is that they've done this, and then go and tell everybody else, you need to go to my friend's coffee shop, it's amazing, I don't drink coffee but my friend has got the best coffee. You know, you do that free advertising for your friends. So if they're happy to do launches, I say great, let's get this booked in straight away, because excitement's high. You know, your friends and family need to know what you're doing. Let's get this booked. Let's write down a list of people, and let's invite some people to the skincare launch, some people to the nutrition event that we're doing, some people to the makeup event, some people to the online event. You know, if they live in Canada or New Zealand or the other countries, they can come to the online event using Facebook Live or using Zoom. So I'd sit down and we'd map out a plan of how we're going to do these launches, and get that in the diary. I would also say to them, when you build your business, you don't have to build it all doing events and parties and workshops. You can do that by all means, but you don't have to do it that way. Another way is doing it on a one-to-one. So this is where you will sit down with a coffee or smoothie, whatever you like to drink. Let's just use coffee because it makes sense. You're going to sit down and have a coffee with one other person, and you're going to explain the business over a one-to-one. Now, I would love to show you how we do one-to-ones. Is there 5 people that you can think of that would either love to hear about what we do, and I will come with you, we'll sit down and have a coffee, and I'll explain the business with you in front of them? Or if you can't think of 5 people that you think would love to hear about this business, can you at least think of 5 people that would let you use them as a guinea pig? So let us practice on them. So your mum might not be interested in our barn, but would she let us do a practice one-to-one so that I can show you how we do one-to-ones? So then we try and book in one-to-ones so that they can see how to do events and how to do one-to-ones. And that then means they've got all the information and know everything that they need to know about how to move their business forward. And they can choose. They can say, do you know what? I love doing nutrition workshops. I'm going to do 2 of them a month and build my business. Or I'm not going to do any events. I'm just going to do one-to-ones. Great. I'm just going to mix between the 2. It's their business. It's their choice. But at least you've taught them all of the ways to build their business. And then you want to help them invite people. So on the Do More, Be More page, there is a photo album full of invite verbiage, so they can go in there and they can have a look at what verbiage they think appeals to them and tailor it, tweak it, copy it, whatever they want to do. Help them invite people to whichever one of the launches that they think their guests are going to enjoy the most. And then you can tick that off on your checklist, and they can tick that off on their checklist. Then I would say to them, okay, so the great thing about being an Arbonne consultant is we have free training whenever we want it. Now I'm going to tell you what is available, and you can either get on live or you can watch the recordings of the trainings. So every Sunday night we have our online team training. So from 8 till 9 Your area manager will do basic team training. So if you're sponsored by me, that would be me. But if you're in somebody else's team, that might be them. So at 8 till 9, we've got basic team training. We talk about basic skills, basic product information, nothing too over the top, just keeping it really simple. 8 till 9 every Sunday. And then at 9 o'clock, everybody in the team gets onto the one Zoom, and we have weekly recognition. We have dates for the diary, upcoming dates that are happening, and then we have a trainer that within the team do a training on something really amazing. That's from 9 o'clock till probably about 9:45-ish, give or take. So if you can't get on live, that's fine. On a Sunday night, it will be recorded and you can watch the recording. So that's what I would say to them, and help them download Zoom so that they're able to access that, and tell them how to log on and how to join the meetings for those 2 calls. And then I would say to them, right, and we've got 2 conferences a year. One's in the UK and one is a global conference, which is in Las Vegas. And I would then talk to them about where the conferences are, when they are, what it is about the conferences, give them an idea of how much they're paid for a ticket for the conference, how much travel and accommodation costs, and just give them an overview of those 2 conferences. And then tick that off when you've done that. Right, step number 3 is I'd say to them, right, so building a network marketing business, there are 2 absolute must-have books. Like, you need these books in your life to grow a network marketing business. So the first one is Don Failer's 45-second presentation, but it's also called Own Your Life. It is exactly the same book, but one's called Own Your Life and one's called the 45-second presentation. Same book though. And then the other book is Go Pro by Eric Worre. So I would say to them, you can get these books secondhand from eBay or Amazon for a couple of pounds, but I highly recommend you buy these books, because they're going to be the books that are going to help you grow your business. You're probably going to read them every single month. I certainly do. I've read them every month for the past 3 years. They're incredible books. And then ask them to listen to an audio which is free on YouTube called Making the Shift by Darren Hardy, because that explains how to start a network marketing business. And I'll show you that on YouTube in just a second. And then the last thing on step 3, send them an Ion Arbonne story a day. Now, I actually don't do this. I'm really guilty of not doing this, and I absolutely should, because it's an incredible thing to do. When people are building an Arbonne business and they've had success with their Arbonne business, Arbonne asks them to write a story about their life, how they heard about Arbonne, what they did before Arbonne. You just basically write this, I think it's about 1,000-word story, and it gets published, and you have photos on it, and it's lovely, and it's called an Ion Arbonne. I've done mine, and it's an incredible thing. It's a really good thing to send to your new business builder, to send them one every single day, and they're online, so they can just read it online. Because when somebody starts an Arbonne business, they think that the only people that do Arbonne are people like you, their sponsor. When you start sending them Ion Arbonnes, they realise there are men and women that do Arbonne. There are 18-year-olds and 80-year-olds that do Arbonne, so from all ages. They realise that people from all professions do Arbonne, and it's 47% of professionals do Arbonne. So like podiatrists, doctors, nurses. Most people don't realise actually how many professionals do Arbonne as well, and stay-at-home parents, and all these different people. So sending your new consultant an Ion Arbonne story a day, which is going to take them 3 minutes to read, is going to open their mind up to the fact that a lot of people do Arbonne and they didn't realise. So I really need to start doing that. And then step number 4, do as much as you can together. Link arms with your new business builder, because you're going to be learning together. They're going to be teaching you things as well. Every single person that I sponsor in the business teaches me something. I don't just teach them, they teach me as well. Have loads of fun. Take tons of photos, because you need those photos for when they reach national vice president, the top level. You need those photos to go, can you remember when we were like this? We were like Dumb and Dumber, the blind leading the blind. And can you remember, look at our hair, and oh my God, what did we do with our eyebrows? And you need those photos to laugh about. So make sure you take tons of photos. This is a photo of the Google Drive. So going back to that Google Drive where you find the checklist, it's all categorized in folders there, all pretty, all different colors. The link for this is in the pinned post on the Do More page, or in the Welcome to the Team verbiage. So lots of different folders there to look through. And if you go into the folder called 2017, so going back into the Google Drive there, click onto 2017, and it'll open up this here. you'll find the team calendar just here. I would advise your new business builder to print off the team calendar, because it will help them visually see everything that's happening. So what you've just told them about the Sunday nights is here. And then you've got monthly region training. And if they're not local, you can actually find out for them. So let's say they live in Middlesbrough, you can actually find out for them where a local region training is. And if you're not sure, ask me and I'll tell you how to find out that information for them. So you can say to them, once a month we have a recognition get together and it's incredible. So that says Cyprus there, it's not Cyprus, it's Mexico, and that says New York, and it's not New York, it's California. So there's a few little errors on there, but you can fill them in on what's different on there. That's the calendar. Okay, so going back to that audio that you recommended they listen to, if you go into YouTube and type in Darren Hardy Making the Shift, you can find that audio for free, 1 hour 13 minutes. I actually have it on CD. I love this. It was the first thing that I listened to when I started my business, and it just made so much sense as to what was going on when I started my business. So really, really do recommend everybody listens to that as often as you can, actually, and especially your new business builders. You can even send them the link if it's easier. These are the books. So 45-second presentation and Own Your Life are the exact same book. So you just need one of them, and then GoPro. And you can have them on audio, book or audio, whatever your new business builder prefers. So the Do More, Be More, Have More group is for consultants only. So only add somebody into this group when they've joined as a business builder. The Hello Future page is for everybody. So it says Hello Future, consultants, friends, family, all welcome. So when you're talking to somebody about Arbonne and they say to you, do you know what, I'm really interested in the products, or I'm really interested in learning more about the business, whatever it is that they say, if they want to know a little bit more, what I do is I say, are you happy for me to add you into our exclusive team page, friends and family page, just so you can sit in the background and just take a look at the team culture and what it's like working with Arbonne? And most people say, yeah, please do. So then I add them in, I put a little photo of them on, I say, well, can everybody just welcome Sue? Sue's just taking a look at the business and just getting a feel for what the fizz sticks are like, because she's had some samples, whatever it is that the conversation has been. And so I add people into the Hello Future page. I find that 90% of people that I add into the Hello Future page join the business once they've had a little look around, they've got a feel for the culture, they kind of understand that when in our team, we're very people driven over salesy, we're all about helping people, and being in the Hello Future page gives them that understanding of how we work as a team. So that works incredibly well for me. Okay, so this is a top tip. What I think would be good is if you say to your new business builder, when you're in these groups, you're going to see a lot of information, and some of it's going to be not relevant to you. So only take notice of what's relevant to you and ignore the rest. What I would recommend you do is open up a new group on Facebook and make it private or secret, and call it Saved Links or something like that. And you can't have a group on Facebook unless there's 2 people in it. So I've got Ian in mind, so just me and Ian. You can add your spouse or one other person. And what I do in my saved links is every time I see something that I don't have time to listen to or watch or read, I quickly copy the link and post it in my saved links. Or if somebody sends me a message, so if Chris sends me a message, let's say Chris isn't a consultant, if Chris messages me and says, Danny, what is it about these fizz sticks? If I don't have time to reply, I'll say, hey Chris, I'm just out with my family today, I'll pop you a message later on. Then what I'll do is I'll screenshot that message and I'll save it in my saved links, because then I know I've got to go back to that. So it kind of reminds me later on in the day when I've got time, when the kids are in bed, I go into my saved links and I just scroll down, and then I act on everything. So I'll be like, oh yes, I need to send Chris some information on the fizz stick. So then I'll do that, and then I'll delete the post on the saved link. So I'll delete what I've then listened to or watched or done. So I recommend that you tell your new business builder to set up a saved links group, a secret group for them and one other person, and just save stuff in there, like save audios in there, save videos in there, save whatever it is that you haven't got time to do or look at or listen to, and you can come back to it later on. So that's just a little top tip from me. I would also advise you ask your new business builder to set up another group. I know all these groups say, another group for their customers and their clients, make it secret or private. Obviously, they have no customers and clients in the beginning, but I'd still say set it up. You can call it whatever you want. Mine's called Arbonne VIP's Secret Page with Danny Wells. You can call it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. And what you're going to say to them is, when you start building up your customer and your client base, you really want to nurture your customers and your clients. You want them to feel very special. So I would set them up an exclusive page just for your customers and clients. And in that page, post top tips. Post things that are interesting for your customers and clients. Share special offers. Let them know when there's a flash buy that they can access. Just share things that your customers and clients are going to feel that they're getting the service as well as the great products from Arbonne. So I would encourage them to do that as well. I would also encourage them, if they're happy to set up a page, which a page is public, for their journey. So mine's just called Danny Wells. You can call yours whatever you want. And on your page, that's where people follow your journey. So they see, oh, you're on an Arbonne team day out. Oh, you at your Arbonne recognition evening. Oh, you're going on a trip. You know, just whatever their journey is. If you're not quite sure what I mean by that, feel free to go into my Danny Wells page and just have a look at the things that I post, or you can have a look at other people's pages just to get a feel for how people post about their journey, because a lot of people that message me to find out more information about Arbonne come from following my Facebook page, my journey, which is public. So if you want a bit more information on that, go into the Do More, Be More, Have More page, go into photos just at the side, and then go into the albums, because we've got about 50 photo albums in there. One of the photo albums is called Facebook Business Page. You might just have to scroll down to find it. But when you go into that album, Facebook Business Page, it's actually got some training in it. So just here, click on one of these links. Training on how to build a Facebook business page and the do's and don'ts. Nicola Wills has done a fabulous one. That's the top one. Nicola Wills has done a great one about how to build a Facebook page, what not to do, what to do. So that's a really great training to have a look at, so that you can teach your new business builder how to get started with that. One other thing that I just want to mention while we're talking about the photo albums, which are on the Do More, Be More, Have More page, there's an album called Healthy Happy Hour. And that's all about the nutrition that Arbonne do. Because if you can build a customer base using the nutrition, you're going to have customers for life. Because once people start using the fizz sticks, the detox tea bags, the protein shakes, the fiber boost, oh my gosh, the digestion plus, the pre and probiotics, once people start using the nutrition that you have in your business, you've got a customer for the rest of your life, because they never want to use anything else. So you need to utilize this. This will be to your advantage, because you're going to help people be healthier. So if you click on that album, the information on this is incredible, especially helping people on the 30 days detox as well. So do utilize this and say to your new consultants, this is a fantastic way to build up your business. So you've got loads of training on there and some pictures in there. So do take some time to have a look at this photo album about the Healthy Happy Hour. Okay, so going back to the Do More, Be More, Have More page, there is a pinned post. It's always at the top of it. So click on the pinned post and it'll open up a wealth of information. When you first open the pinned post, it will give you the welcome to the team videos that we've already gone over. The 4 questions about how fast your new business builder wants to go is in there. The Google Drive is in there. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it will give you the background to the consultants in your upline. So starting with me, it's got my story here. So you might not actually be sponsored by me, but if you're interested in knowing a bit about my story, it's at the top here. So if you click on that, it's a recording of me sharing my journey. And I was actually sponsored by a girl called Emma Dickinson. And if you want to know her story and how she sponsored me into the business and what she did before Arbonne, there's a recording here of her story. Emma was sponsored into the business by Laura Leggett. So if you want to know a bit about her story, how she sponsored Emma, what she did before Arbonne, there's a recording there. And Laura was sponsored into the business by podiatrist Zoe Allen, who actually, interestingly enough, Fiona McCarthy met Zoe in a car park, and Zoe said she was a podiatrist and she was looking for natural, organic, clean products that do something, because she said, oh, you know, I've used loads of products that actually are clean and organic and natural, but they don't do anything. I put them on my in my chiropodist clinic, because she had her own podiatry business. So I put them on my clients' feet and they don't do anything. So Fiona said, you need to use these Arbonne products because they're not only clean and free of all the nasties like you want, but they're results driven as well. And Zoe was like, oh my God, I've never heard of products that are the best of both worlds. So Fiona lent Zoe some products to take home for a couple of days. Zoe tried the products, fell in love with them, joined the business to use the products only. She wasn't going to grow an Arbonne business. She just wanted to use the products on her clients, started using them on her clients. And then her clients were like, these products are amazing. How do we buy them? So she showed them how to become a preferred client, so they could just join the web, they could just shop on the website and as and when 24/7. And before Zoe knew it, her paycheck from Arbonne was bigger than her paycheck from a podiatry clinic, which is crazy. So then she thought, hang on a minute, I need to look more into this Arbonne thing. So she talks about that in the recording of her video there. So must watch. And then Zoe was sponsored by Fiona. So how Fiona started the businesses there, and so on and so on and so on. So I really recommend spending some time going through that. So learning about the history of our upline, our team heritage, if you like, and that's in that pinned post. If you keep scrolling down, you'll get to skills. So the skills, there's only 7 skills that we need to learn to be a network marketing professional. So the 7 skills are all here. So when you keep scrolling down, it will give you training on every single one. So how to do a one-to-one, got all the training that you need there. I haven't scrolled down, but there's more. If you just look at the pinned post and just scroll down, you'll see everything that you need to see in the pinned post in the Do More page. Also in the Do More page is events. So if you click on events from the Do More page, it will pull up our beautiful team PA, Lisa, who you'll probably see post as Sophie NVP because she works under the umbrella of Sophie's NVP company. So Sophie's got the company of being a virtual PA, and in her company there's about 6 PAs. Lisa's one of them. So Lisa is our team PA. She's lovely. Lisa does all of the events on our Do More page. So if you want to know what's happening, what's coming up, what Discover Arbonnes are coming up, go into the events on the Do More page and you'll see all of the events coming up so you can see what's happening. Okay, so also there is another Facebook page. So remember what I was saying about don't add your new consultant to too many Facebook pages. So maybe add them to this later on once they've found their feet. This is called Basic Team Training. So this is only for our area, and this is for the team call that we run on a Sunday 8 till 9. So this call that we're on right now. So this is just basic team training for our area, where not a lot happens on this page. I just sort of post about the call that's coming up on a Sunday, and maybe just basic information. There's not really too much on there. Okay, so I'd also encourage them to download Zoom so they can access the Sunday night calls, which is free. I'd encourage them to download SoundCloud because that, again, is free, and they can listen to recorded trainings, which is just an incredible source for loads of Arbonne trainings. I would encourage them, and I sat with Sarah Helstrup this week so she could download YouTube. I was like, right, you've got to download YouTube. And once you've downloaded YouTube, you've got to subscribe to me. So I sat with them, we did this together. So when you go into YouTube, type in Daniela Wells and you'll find me. And if you click subscribe, then what you'll have then is access to all of my videos, which this video now will be posted on there. So you'll be able to have access to all of that. And also Vimeo, another free app you can download that also has loads of really great Arbonne trainings on as well. Okay, so that is it that I wanted to share with you all. So did anyone have anything you wanted to share? Any top tips? Anything you just think would be useful for anybody else, or any questions?
I do.
Go on then, Heather.
I was just going to say another way to build your business is through attraction marketing, which is the route I'm going down, because it's not very easy for me to get out and to organise events and all that stuff. So I'm actually doing an attraction marketing course at the moment, in the hopes that it will help me understand doing sponsored posts and like how to target your audience in the best way. So that is another way if people want to know more, and because obviously I'm doing the course at the moment and I'm happy to share what I get out of it. But yeah, it's a really good way, I think.
That would be amazing, Heather. I think, yeah, definitely. As you're going through your course and you've got some top tips for us, that would be so great. And we can get you doing a training on it when you feel confident enough as well.
Yeah, okay, then that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm about halfway through my course at the moment. It's not supposed to take you only like 1 to 2 days, but because I've had so much going on, it's taken me a couple of weeks. But I will finish it this week. But yeah, no, it's really good. So yeah, I'll definitely share my results after I've done it. And it's really good as well because, again, like you, they're really open to discussing different ways because some of the course material is quite visual, and they're really happy on talking me through other ways. So yeah, no, it's been really good.
Fabulous. Thanks for sharing that, Heather.
That's all right.
Did anyone else want to add anything about helping your new business builder get started or ask anything? Sarah, how have you found getting started? Because obviously you're probably one of the newer people on the call. How have you found it all? Like everything that I've just gone through, hang on, let me unmute you. Everything that I've gone through, is there anything from your perspective being new that you think maybe that was a bit too much, or maybe I needed more? Anything you can share that might help?
Yeah, it's I think sometimes you can easily get carried away, and I know that obviously you've said to me, just take what you need, and that is something that I would emphasize to anybody else, because you sort of kind of get really excited, and there is so much information to take on board that you think, oh, should be doing this, should be doing that, and you can't do it all, you know, and everybody's doing it at their own pace and fitting it in. So there's number 2 daughter just waving in there. So yeah, it is probably quite important to, like you say, just do the one group. Certainly for WhatsApp, definitely turn off your notifications, otherwise your phone will be going all the time and you're trying to keep up and you can't. So yeah, that would be very good information anyway tonight, Danny. That's perfect. Plenty for me to do. I know I've got loads to do, but we'll get there.
Yeah, she's waving again. Thanks for sharing that, Sarah.
Thank you.
Chris, did you want to say anything? Because you're obviously building your business, you're quite new. About anything that you found as being a new consultant, anything that's too much or there's not enough of, or anything you just want to share that might benefit everybody else?
I don't know, because I have been trying through WhatsApp groups to speak to people that my friends who my friends, like my mum friends, and they will come together and then they'll say, yeah, I'll attend, and then they keep dropping out one by one, and I'm thinking, oh no, what am I doing wrong? And then Dee tells me, is coaching me, and she's telling me, you know what, don't worry about it, take it at your own time, take it at your own pace. They might need one-to-ones instead of the WhatsApp groups to take a look at things. And then yesterday I was talking to my cousin, and she was saying, oh, I'm going to sign up as a preferred client, and just like that, I was able to talk her into signing up as an independent consultant. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it on payday, because I was talking to her. I was like, but don't you talk to people? And I think it was something that Stacey said. If you said something to them, would they trust you? And she said, yeah, they would trust anything that I said. I said, then that's your business.
Yeah, true.
So if I'm going to keep taking that on and looking at people who would trust what I have to say and then build it that way. I was looking too broad, but then I was watching the napkin presentation, just talk to 5 people. And I was thinking, I'm looking at the broad when I need to narrow it down a little bit and just focus. Yeah, and I think that will help me.
Yeah, brilliant. And also a little top tip there for anybody listening is, this is really normal to have people cancel and say, no, I'm coming to your launch, and then cancel at the last minute, and for you or your new business builder to feel really deflated. So a little top tip, because I actually didn't have a launch when I started the business. My sponsor was as new as me, so we didn't even know anything about launching or anything. So I just literally spoke to all my friends. Didn't have a clue what I was talking about, obviously, and then didn't know very well. So one top tip I'll give for everybody is say this to some people. Look, so if it was me and Chris, I'd be like, Chris, I've just started a business. It's an online business. There's a lot for me to learn, and I'm digesting it all bit by bit. But I would love to practice trying to explain it to you now, and then can I please practice explaining to you again in a couple of months so you can see the difference in me? And everybody will say yeah. If they're your friend, they'll say yes. So I'd organise like a coffee date with Chris, and I'd say, right, I know you're gonna laugh, I know, please let me just explain it to you now. but then I want you to remember this conversation, because then in 2 months' time, we're going to sit down and I'm going to explain to you again, and it's going to be better. And most people are like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So that's what I did with my friends. I said, just watch me grow, please. So every like month or every 6 weeks, I'd practice on them again and again. And before I knew it, I got so good at explaining the business. They were like, I want to join. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, I want to do this business as well. And I was like, oh my God. So definitely utilise practicing, and it might not come with anything, but you're going to get the practice and you can get some great feedback. So that's just a little top tip for everybody there. Did anyone want to add anything else about helping your new business to get started? Stacey, did you want to add anything?
I just feel like I'm always constantly learning. Like I said, I'm a year and a half in the business, and I'm just like, yeah. But it is very much, you've got to go at their pace. You know, some consultants say they want to do it, and their actions show different. You've just got to then go back to them and say to them, oh, you know, when we first spoke, you answered these 4 questions. You said you wanted to go at this pace. Are your answers different now? And if so, I'd like to change the way I'm coaching you because of your answers have changed because of life or whatever else is come into play. So I think it's always good to, if the new consultant hasn't said they're not doing what they said they're going to do, then just go back and reevaluate and say, like, okay, so we're not doing what we planned to at the beginning. That's fine. You know, I respect where you are, and I think it's absolutely incredible. But should we go back over those 4 questions just so I know where you are, so I can make sure I'm coaching you in the right way? Because I've had that quite a lot, and that's fine though. That's completely fine, because you know their mind changes, their goal changes, their, you know, they grow differently, and it's just about reevaluating that and helping people that want to be helped, and just looking for people that want a safer, healthier lifestyle, and the fact that they're already recommend it. To be honest, I was already doing Arbonne before I knew I was doing Arbonne, because it was about that I was already recommending, you know, like I said, I've said to Dee, to Chris, to Marisa, I've already recommended restaurants and homeopathy remedies and kinesiologists and so much. Like at one of the play groups, they call me Crazy Stacey. If there's anything going on, they go to her. Because she knows she knows something about everything. Just go and see her. And that's what they said last Friday, and I was like, oh yeah, like even if it's not just Arbonne, obviously I don't just go out of my way just to share Arbonne and only Arbonne, but I've got lots of tips and advice because of the 3 kids. They've made me learn so much more. So it's good that, so I was already doing Arbonne before I did Arbonne. So when I heard about the business, even though I hadn't tried the products, I was like, yeah. I was in it. So yeah, that's it really.
I love that. And Maurice, have I said that right? Maurice?
Yeah, Marie.
She's just said on the chat, just get talking to people. At our church, we managed to give some samples to our pastor and an elderly lady yesterday of the gelée. Oh my God, I love the gelée. It was easy just talking as I had my protein shake at lunchtime. Everyone asked about it. Absolutely love that. That's great. And I think the point is, when you're doing Arbonne, you're not out there selling Arbonne. You're just sharing honesty. And if you would honestly be out there talking about, let's say, the gelée, regardless as to whether people can buy it from your website or not, if you would just regardless talk about it anyway, that is how you should be talking about Arbonne. Just about purely making connections, coming into conversation. And in conversations, people will naturally say things like, oh, I'm on maternity leave and I really don't want to go back to work, or my car's just broke down, I don't know how I'm going to afford to fix it, or I've got really bad neck ache, you know, it's killing me, or I'm looking for a sun cream that's gluten free. These kind of things naturally come up into conversations anyway. So it's good. We're going to say something, Stacey.
I was just saying, yeah, it's true, because that's how I've had a lot of my recommendations. Like, I go to Playgroup, it's so expensive. Oh, are you? Try one of these sophistics, are absolutely incredible. Like, going to Playgroups is great because there's so many tired mums. We're all tired, we've all got kids. Same with the gelée. I've pulled, like, one of my friends, she had a long drive coming up, woke up with a really stiff neck, couldn't move her neck, gave her the gelée. She was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And she bought it. And then the other lady's like, oh my God, what is that you've just put on her neck? Because she keeps raving about it. So she's a preferred client now. It took ages, but that's okay. It's just that we're not here to get people. We're here just to share advice and show people, you know, what is possible. And do you know what the biggest thing was for me? Is that I wasn't really using much products, but when I started using them, I become addicted. People saw the results. People were like, oh my God, you've dropped the weight. Oh my God, look at your hair. Oh my God, look at your skin. Your skin, like what are you doing? Your makeup. And I get this all the time. And you know, you don't know who's watching your Facebook. Even if you do a couple of, you know, obviously not all, I don't have a separate account like Danny for following my journey. I do it both on, apart from my Mind Happy, I've got like a healthy, happy mind, body and spirit page, which I help with like personal development, which is really important to me, and spirituality and a bit of everything, a bit of everything that's important to me, and nutrition and stuff like that. But so sharing it on my normal page, just like bits and bobs, people, you don't realise who are watching, because then I'd have a message going, oh my God, like, I've been watching you for ages, you're looking like you have so much fun. And I'd be like, what? You've never liked anything. You've never even commented. You know, and I had a post the other day, a year and a half later, and I still get excited about my delivery. A lady I'd been talking to, I went to meet in Brighton, her sister, I met these guys in Spain, they've never once, ever, Michelle's never commented on any of my posts, personal, whatever. She went, oh my God, I need to talk to you about this. And I'm meeting up this week. It's crazy. Like, you just don't know when it's going to click for that person.
Exactly.
That's it. I'll shut up now because I get too excited.
Fabulous. Okay, right, so we'll end the call. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming on to our team call. It has been recorded, and we will share the recording of this. I hope that has benefited people for when you sponsor new business builders. And I think the biggest thing to take away from this is every new business builder that you sponsor, it will be a different journey. And I think the faster that we accept that, the better. It is going to be a different journey per person, and they're going to teach us as much as probably what we're teaching them. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to give you the code for the 9 o'clock call. I'll type it into the chat as well. So 337 600 0859 is the code for the 9 o'clock call. It's hosted tonight by the very gorgeous to be regional vice president CJ Carpenter. She's going to be hosting the call. She's going to be doing weekly recognition, any updates, and then she's got fabulous training for us all. So you're going to be in for a massive treat tonight at 9 o'clock. So I'll see you all in a few minutes. Bye, everybody. Bye.